Hello, my name is Bozo, and I like drawing comics, although I'm working on a visual novel at the moment. I'm doing these videos as a sort of progress log to keep motivation up and be consistent with the work. Progress for this week has been sort of doing a plot summary of how the plot's going to go. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I got the whole plot planned out. I ended up going for a little bit more of Resident Evil 3 versus Resident Evil 2. Originally, I was planning to do Resident Evil 2 adaptation of it. If you've never been here before, I've started doing a comic sort of trying to follow the Resident Evil 2 classic story, although I've always had a little bit of trouble finishing comics, which is the main not problem, but the main reason I'm doing these videos to sort of keep motivation up. I did a couple pages, but I ended up getting overwhelmed, I guess you can say, by the workload of how many pages it would need to be done to actually get the project finished. So I looked into, visual novels. I had looked into them in the past before when I was doing comics again. And I said, well, I decided, let's go ahead and try the visual novel approach again. Because I think it'd be just a little bit more efficient than just drawing panels over and over the next couple of years. Yeah, so that's pretty much the story I'm working on. It is was a Resident Evil 2 inspired story. Now it's a little bit more towards Resident Evil 3. I played Resident Evil 3 more when I was still playing on PlayStation, so I'm a little bit more not familiar, but a little bit more endeared with the story of 3 versus 2. I just felt 3, in my opinion, was a little bit more fun, and that's pretty much where I think I'm going with it. I'm still going to have, Leona and Clarence in there, but it's just going to be kind of a little bit of a sort of rough mix now of 2 and 3, the elements I liked from each of the stories and stuff like that. And that's, that's what I've been thinking right now. I have the outline, the scenario it's going to take place, and the places where they're going to go. We're going to do sort of, in the city before the outbreak, and the outbreak starts, and then the umbrella people come in, even though they're called Parasol over here, and try to rescue civilians, and the police station gets overrun and all that stuff. And they have to escape through the streets. For the Nemesis, I think I still wanted to kind of have one in, thinking about making it maybe like a killer robot that just malfunctions and just wants to kill everybody. But that's not set in stone yet, and that's where I've been moving. What I'm drawing in the background is kind of like just the concept of what Leona's outfit would be like, her police uniform outfit or something like that. But these are just kind of concepts I'm running right now. Thinking about it before I start drawing stuff out. Probably gonna start tonight, maybe, to do the actual script, and kind of have everything written out. That way, when I have the script written out, when I start coding into RenP, it's just going to be easier to just kind of have that ready versus making it up on the spot during the coding process. So I think that shouldn't be too much of an issue. But yeah, it's a little hard to draw and talk at the same time. But yeah, that's pretty much what I got right now. Made some good progress on the things I've been struggling right now with the plot. And yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say. I can't think of anything else right now I need to report on. But yeah, I'm going to try to be writing the script, and then doing character designs for the other characters that haven't appeared yet. Clarence is still in there, and Leon is still in there, as I mentioned. And yeah, that is pretty much all I have for this week. I'll be reporting next week to see what the progress is. You guys stay safe out there. And Merry Christmas. Bye-bye.